How do you do and how do you do? Skimmer Gaming here, and welcome back to another Pokemon strategy guide. Now, in this episode, I'm just going to talk about my team that I've been composing for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I actually made this team about 2 months ago, but I've been tweaking it quite a bit, so all of the sets, almost all the sets are different. And I did swap Lunala out for Alolan Muck because uh, in the rules for I think it's VGC 2017 or whatever, you will be able to use one mythical or legendary Pokemon, I guess Ubers, whatever you would call it, on your team, rather than not being able to use them at all. So that's interesting, which means my team, I can actually make it competitively viable. And I just want to talk about this is my team. I like it. I may continue tweaking it, but this is what I got at the moment. So let's start off with the Alolan Muck. So basically, Alolan Muck, it's a great Pokemon. I think it's much better than normal Muck. It gets Stockpile, which is a really good setup move to increase your defense. Plus, it has Gluttony, which I think pairs well with the new berries. Well, technically, these berries aren't new, but they got a buff in Generation 7, and they work great now, especially with Gluttony. Plus, it gets Knockoff, which is buffed with increased power, and it's a stab move now. And Gunk Shot, which also hits very hard. As well as Protect. This is the set I use. I go for like sort of a mixed tanky. I want his defense and special defense to match, as well as have him hit pretty hard as well. So that's why both of his attacks are physical. He's also got the Protect and Stockpile, as well as the healing. I didn't feel the need for like a Lumberry or Protect or anything, or substitute anything like that to prevent status, because he is a poison type, so he's going to be immune to toxic. Of course he's going to have to worry about getting burned, but you know, that's just life. Next, I'm going to talk about Decidueye, which it is my favorite starter of Generation 7, and probably my second favorite starter of ever. Unfortunately, its stats are a bit lacking, but that's not going to stop me from using this thing because it's just too awesome to not use, alright? For this, I put the weakness policy on it because Decidueye unfortunately has quite a few weaknesses, but once he gets hit by a super effective hit, then he'll be able to survive that because he has high hit points and decent defensive stats. So if you go hit point and attack investment, then you'll be able to survive that super effective hit, and then hit back hard with Leaf Blade or Spirit Shackle, both stab moves. You can go Protect or Synthesis to heal yourself. So it's a great Pokemon overall. Overgrow is a decent ability. Unfortunately, Long Reach is not available yet, but I don't think it's as useful as the other two starters' hidden abilities. But I'm going to move on to Golisopod, which is one of my favorite Pokemon this generation. I have I've sort of narrowed it down to two favorite Pokemon, but it's just Golisopod and Type Null are my two favorites this generation. But first, I want to talk about Golisopod. He's got great stats. The stats are my favorite thing about him. He's got perfect defense, great special defense. Well, his special defense isn't great, but he's got really good attack and defense. His hit points are average, but I like going for a tanky build on him, just going full hit points and attack, as well as the Assault Vest. And First Impression, great move. It hits very hard, especially if it's a super effective hit. It's going to one-shot most things. Leech Life, also great move. It got buffed this generation. It's actually viable now. Razor Shell, good move. It can decrease your opponent's defense and also have Aqua Jet for priority water stab coverage. And next, I want to move on to Type Null, which is my favorite probably Pokemon this generation. He's just so cool. Just the design is awesome, but I went for like a more physically defensive set since his only weakness is fighting, and fighting is generally comes in the form of physical attacks, which is why I went full defense. Toxic, he has access to, very good move, very good stall move. Return is his most powerful stab attack. Air Slash is also good for coverage, as well as that chance to flinch, but that's not a big deal. Rest is just great for tanks, like in general. And the Eviolite, I would never use Type Null without it. Eviolite just makes the Type Null perfect. Way better than Silvally. Silvally was a huge flop, giant disappointment. I hope he gets a buff. And a future generation game, but who knows. Next, I want to move on to Xurkitree, which I love. Xurkitree, he's a great Pokemon. The set I formulated just has Z Hypnosis, increases speed, put your opponent to sleep. It's great for singles, not good for doubles, but if you want to make it good for doubles, replace, I'd say maybe Hidden Power Ice with Protect and Thunderbolt with Discharge. It's whatever you want to do. I mean, Tail Glow is a great move. I wish they gave Xurkitree more speed so it could work with other sets. It just depends on whether you can outspeed your opponent. And Magearna, also one of my favorite mythical Pokemon this generation. Fleur Cannon, awesome attack, lowers the user's special attack by 2. That's why sometimes if you want to use that, I'd recommend Z-powering it, but you can only have one Z move per team, which is the downfall of that. Flash Cannon, great move. Ice Beam, good coverage. Calm Mind, buffs your special attack and special defense. So yeah, I just want to cover my my team. Like, I'm always tweaking this, but this isn't, of course, the only Pokemon I use. I finally grinded a Tapu Fini that has both the Hidden Power Ground as well as the Calm Nature, and that took me like 3 days straight of grinding, but I finally got that. But yeah, this is just my team that I have at the moment. It is competitively, I guess, legal, you would say. But yeah, I don't know if I'll keep doing teams like this, videos about my teams like this, but I'll see. I'll see. I just like trying to make sets as unique as I can, but I don't know. I know plenty of these sets have probably been made before, but I don't have time to watch every single Pokemon strategy video guide there is. So, of course, there's only a select few amount of moves, so a lot of my sets will be similar to others. I do draw inspiration occasionally, but I try to set mine apart as much as I can. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.